So let's bring in our guest now. He's Mark McDonnell, senior analyst at financial services firm BBY in Australia. He specializes in telecommunications, media and technology. Joins us now from Sydney. So, Mark, what did you make of these results?
Well, they were a little better than we were expecting. About $18 million on the bottom line, additional to the fourth quarter $665 million that we were looking for, and they delivered $683. So that was good, and it came from a lot of strength across all divisions of the company. So I think that was, a big tick for their business operating performance.
But you've got it rated, this stock as underperform. Are you going to change your mind on that now?
Well, we are looking to upgrade. We've had it on an underperform since May. The third quarter results were disappointing. At that stage, it looked like a real stretch to get to their full-year guidance, but they have managed to accomplish that. We've also factored in some of the headwinds that are going to come from the News of the World scandal and have built in some additional costs that weren't there in the guidance for the current financial year from the company today. So we think that there is still scope to see a better share price outcome notwithstanding these developments.
How worried are you about the hacking scandal? Rupert Murdoch saying it hasn't had any impact on the bottom line. However, it's not over yet, is it?
No, I was going to say it hasn't had time to have an impact. I mean, you've got to take into account that these are the results till the end of June, and most of the real impact came through only last month. So I think we're yet to see what that entails, but clearly the closure of that paper alone takes out quite a substantial contribution to the publishing division, and the company's acknowledged that. But the really important undecided factor in that is what is the inquiry costs and potential penalties that might arise? Will they be forced to make further divestments? Will they have to pay compensation? What kind of legal costs are they going to rack up with all of this litigation that's ensuing? Those sorts of things still, we've made, we think, due allowance for that in the current year. But as I say, it's
big question
these
marks.
things don't go away quickly. Sure thing.
Indeed. And what can you tell us? What do you think is going to happen in terms of power at the top of this company? Murdoch has said that the board backs him in his role, his dual role as CEO and chairman. How do investors feel about that? And also, do you think James Murdoch is going to survive here?
Well, the fate of James Murdoch, I think, has a lot to do with what the inquiries uncover and whether there's ultimately any link in terms of what he knew and what he said he knew and his credibility. But that's really yet to be established. In terms of Rupert Murdoch, I think the most important thing that came out today was the very strong statement that they would aggressively pursue the share buyback. And the significance of that is that apart from lifting earnings per share and making good use of excess capital that they won't need now because B-Sky B is not going to proceed and they have no other acquisitions on the table, one of the real effects of that will be potentially to increase the control of the Murdoch family over News Corp as a direct result.
Right, and it's also putting their money where their mouth is, that they obviously have some confidence in the company's future. But on the question of Rupert Murdoch, should he cede some power here? Should he give up one of these roles?
Well, there are certainly a number of shareholder activists who think so. He is 80. I believe it's not a question of whether, but of when. He certainly has no expressed inclination to go anytime soon, but I think right now he'd want to be seeing this current scandal fully bedded down and through before he decided to move on.
Mark McDonnell, thanks very much for your insight.